Hello, how you doing? This is Jay, one of the hosts of Might As Well The podcast. This is a disclaimer to inform you that we had some technical difficulties when recording this episode. Something went wrong and now our voices sound a little distorted. However, Philip and I had so much fun while recording this episode that we decided to still keep it. We tried our best to fix it in post, we are sorry for the quality of this one, we're gonna make sure it won't happen again. While we do that, you enjoy and listen to the third episode of Might As Well The podcast.
Might as well.
For today's episode, we have a very special introduction called Lame Excuse to Drink. And 3 different types of beers. Ooh.
Yeah, so first of all, welcome. Thank you for listening to the third episode of Might As Well The podcast.
Good start.
And to be quite honest, we didn't really know what to do this episode. We didn't really have many talking points, so we're gonna use this as a lame excuse to drink.
This doesn't mean that this podcast is gonna be any better than the other ones. No, but we still roll it with the flow and we see what happens. So I'd say to start us off, we kind of got to start like open a beer, you know?
Yeah, maybe important to mention, like you said, we have 3 beers.
Yeah.
I don't know what they are. They are like specially brewed beers, I think.
Me neither.
I see chickens.
Yeah.
I see an ostrich.
Yeah.
And one that has the Dutch word kerel on there, which means fellow.
Oh, I didn't
Fellow
know that.
says it all.
I bought it because it's on the bottle is if you love something, set it free, and it says below your ex, and then an exclamation bitter. So I don't know. I'll see. Which one do you want to start with? Ostrich, chicken cartoon, or X?
We definitely should have made an Instagram poll for this. Let's go military chickens.
Military chickens. Aight. We don't need an opener for that. Aight. Let's open that baby. Crack open a cold one with the boys. Aight. Cheers.
Oh, yeah, I already drank. I'm so sorry. Cheers. Fresh.
Yeah. Interesting taste.
Almost doesn't taste like beer.
No. It kind of tastes like sourish.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's more like an ale or something.
I think it is. Is it?
The listeners right now just straight up listening to a beer review.
Got you hooked on a beer review. Juicy pale ale. It is.
It's definitely juicy.
It's definitely juicy. Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
If you're wondering what beers we're drinking, we'll post it to Instagram.
Yeah.
So you can check it out.
Exactly.
Then how are you doing this week, Philip?
Oh, yeah, I don't know, I had quite a productive week, I'd say. Just, uni, putting in project hours, I guess. But nothing much. What about you?
Yes, same uni. I got a good music session this week. That was
That's good.
Fun. And work. We work way too much.
Yeah, fair. But you're not on the shift tomorrow, huh? Work talk! Nah.
Let's not do that.
Yeah, exactly. Not exciting.
Before we become too much of a beer review podcast,
Aight.
what did you write down for a talking point?
I have something. Actually, I have 2 things. Actually, I have another talking point coming up right up, so I'm going to start with that so I don't lose it. So just now, I mean, the story of it doesn't really matter, but there's like an NFL quarterback, right? And he has a wife, and she went on a rampage on Instagram, right? And she called the state of Michigan is a dictatorship, and that small businesses, like they can like survive and everything, which is a positive message, right? Mm-hmm. But she filmed this in a Target parking lot.
Hey.
And then she drives back to her like $7 million house. It's kind of like you're trying to do the right thing, but like calling Michigan a dictatorship. Oh no. What does it taste like?
Yeah, it's an interesting move to pull.
Yeah.
Even has a comic on there.
I know, it's some crazy beer. But yeah, I just wanted to share because like it's crazy, But the real issue with all of that is that social media, you know, everybody is just telling their opinion, like us. You know?
Everyone has a platform.
Yeah.
Everyone has a platform.
Everybody has a platform, and the bigger your audience is, you know, you may not even realize the influence that you can have on the amount of people. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it really is. And even just showing just any personal Facebook or Instagram page can already have a big influence by kind of showing what a perfect life you have, because you never really show the bad things, right?
Yeah.
And it's a false comparison when you compare yourself to those pages.
Yeah, we're always living a fake life. We always are. Especially on, I mean, not all people, but I feel like most people, we all do not depict ourselves on social media as we really are.
Yeah, there's definitely a difference. I mean, some people are faker than others, but I feel like no one really shows. It would also be very unhealthy to show everything, like every little breakdown you have, then you also don't really have a life. So
Exactly.
it's not designed to be real.
Yeah, that's true. But that's exactly also an issue. And I like that sentence though. It's not designed to be real. Even though it's a social media and like everybody is just trying to like portray themselves, it's not real. For some reason, it really isn't.
It really isn't. This has something to do with a talking point that I wanted to talk about.
Go ahead.
I wrote down fashion and memes.
Okay.
I know you're into fashion.
Yeah.
You know, fashion is something that fascinates me,
Yeah.
but it also confuses me.
Yeah, same though.
It's really weird, especially now with like Gucci and Louis Vuitton, like how they are so different now from like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
5 years ago, they were very low key, and you wouldn't really notice if someone was wearing Gucci or Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, but now you do.
You do it big time.
Yeah.
And now you have brands like Supreme, where the whole premise is that you see the brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of think this is because of the shift from that now, because before high fashion was only for like high class people, right?
Yeah.
And now especially because how easily people can get famous, it's accessible for, I don't want to say lower class, but people from a different class.
Yeah.
And they still want to portray their class, of course.
Yeah.
And then again, you also, I think we already mentioned this in the podcast, and you also have people who kind of are not quite there, but they want to buy the name brand clothing, so they want the brand to be visual.
Yeah.
Or they need to be very recognizable, and that's just where it comes into memes. They're just fucking memes. They're colorful, they're crazy, they're obnoxious, and that's memes.
Yeah. That is very true.
Yeah, and in a way, because I was looking at the Gucci website to kind of see what they were doing, and you see shit that's so, in my opinion, overpriced.
Yeah, of
But
course.
it's the same thing with memes. Okay, are we gonna put it out there?
Okay.
We have a meme page for our work.
Okay,
And it's
yeah.
funny, because I make memes that are out of context, and I show them to you,
Yeah.
and you get them. If
Yeah.
I show them to anyone else who doesn't work for our employer, they don't get it. So it's kind of like, haha, I get it.
Yeah.
And that's the same with overpriced clothing.
Yeah.
You buy it because you're like, no, I get it why it's overpriced. I see the value in this, and you don't. So I'm a part of this group now.
Yeah. But that's a good analogy, and I like the comparison. It really breaks it down, you know? But it's crazy, and we also live in a society where fashion become memes, and therefore the fashion piece becomes more valuable.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like Supreme is like, I mean, as you said before, like they're the frontier when it comes to like, oh, this is our brand, you're wearing Supreme, you know? But them branching out to like have a Supreme brick, a Supreme skateboard, a Supreme fire extinguisher, you know, all that shit. It's just like, it doesn't have anything to do with fire, like with fire, with fashion anymore, but it's just meant to spark a conversation.
Yeah, and that's the way to go about it, right? Create memes. Then I think it was Gucci who even had a campaign based on memes, and it actually worked with the Gucci watch.
Yeah, of course.
And a lot of brands tried this and it never really worked. But for Gucci, it worked.
I think, but Gucci's at a point where it doesn't fucking matter what they do, it would be a success. Like if they would have Kanye dressed in all Gucci and taking a shit on a white sofa, like, like I'm pretty sure even that would get publicity.
Yeah, but isn't it weird how the look of high fashion totally shifted?
Yeah, that is true.
It's colorful, obnoxious.
I mean, depends on the brand, but like
Depends on
most
the
of the
brand.
time.
But, you know, very before classic fashion brands,
That's true.
are way different now.
That's
and now
true.
you have brands like Hyperbeast, or it's not really a brand but a style
Yeah.
as well. There's like high class sportswear. I think that's pretty cool that's now that people are kind of showing like, hey, yeah, I have the money, but I'm from a different class. So it's kind of like streetwear but high class.
Yeah, it's also really weird in that like shift of because all the influencers are wearing those brands too, you know. So every kid is of course like he's looking at, oh fuck, I want to wear Gucci, I want to wear Supreme, I want to be like him, I want to be like her, you know.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is, but we, like, all the people who aren't influencers or who aren't at that level don't have the fucking money to do it. But so many people, and clothing is something so, like, you don't need it. Like, you need clothing, of course.
Yeah, but it's also a way of identifying, because
Yeah,
people
of
say you are
course,
what you
of
eat,
course.
but you are what you wear in a way.
Yeah.
It kind of shows what your interests are.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I think in general, like, we just spend so much money on clothing
True.
where it's like, is it really necessary to spend this much money on clothing?
Probably not.
And I mean, like, I'm not saying, like, I'm not guilty of, you know, sometimes buying a nice sweater for, like, a certain amount of price, you know? But I wouldn't go that far to say, like, oh, yeah, I want those fucking Supreme sandals for $500, you know? Like, that's
Yeah.
kind of crazy. But it is a big flex. I don't want to
Yeah.
take away from that, too,
We'll
you
be
know?
going big on the Fable merch, though.
Fable merch go brrr. No, man, really, shit go crazy. It's a good vibe. On the whole social media train, I saw a clip. I don't really know too much about her necessarily,
That's
but
always a good start.
exactly. But we always love talking shit about people
Yeah.
on this podcast, especially that we don't know. But Charlie D'Amelio, sparks a
Literally nothing. I don't know. Is it TikTok? Is that
Yes,
exactly.
yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, I have no idea of them, right?
Yeah.
I just know her name, and I saw an interview of her. Like, Snapchat always has these like weird like news that are just fucking outrageous, you know. So clicked on it, and it's Charlie D'Amelio saying like, yeah, I'm really disappointed, you know, like I'm, you know, a year at 1 million, and then like now I'm only at 95 million. I wanted to be at 100, and it's like,
Rich people problems.
like what? I mean, it's fucking crazy to me. Like the whole TikTok scene is
Yeah.
absolutely fucking.
That's something else. That's really something else.
That is something else. But like that statement alone was just like, fuck, man. The gratitude.
Oof.
But she a TikTok queen, so I guess
I feel like
is what it
in
is.
order to kind of go against this wave, we need to make a special for a very low amount of like subs or some.
I mean, okay, oh, yeah, I mean, we talked about it, you know, that 50 subscriber special would be still kind of funny, you know. But I think that's definitely something we should discuss off the air, so there's more juices flowing.
We can still, you know, we don't want our listeners to be invisible, so if you have any suggestions,
Yeah.
any weird shit, then please say so. Or
Exactly.
suggest it, and we'll take it into account.
Yeah, and the same goes for voice messages.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
if you have talking points, you can just send a voice message to us through Instagram, and then we'll play it in the podcast and answer your questions. Or
How
your
exciting.
talking points. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm excited to hear from you guys. Don't leave us hanging, please.
exactly. We're running out of ideas. No, but it's. I think it's kind of interesting, and I feel like it would be very interesting to hear your guys' opinion, or just like something that you want to talk about because you don't have a podcast in a certain sense, you know. Like
Yeah.
it's something. So I think that's cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear from you guys.
Make you less invisible. That's the goal.
I like that.
Yeah, but I'm excited.
You know, drinking a variety of beers kind of reminds me, not how we met, but how we first started hanging out.
Yeah, that's true.
And might be fun to mention for the listener that the first time we hang out together we made a tattoo appointment.
That's also true. It's just, it's the nature of this friendship, you know. Might as well get a tattoo. doesn't
Kind of
matter.
adds to the whole might as well vibe.
Yep. Just gonna watch next tattoo appointment just right under. Might as well. It's a good vibe.
Let's not joke about this.
Yeah, it's very dangerous to joke about things.
Yeah, we have the tendency to joke about things and then actually do it.
Yeah, like with the random country generator.
True. Did we ever tell that story?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think on the pod.
All
So,
right.
yeah, we shout out Eddie too, you know. But we were sitting together and we were like, yeah, you know, we have like a week holiday. This was before COVID. But we're like, hey, you know, let's do something crazy. Let's just go to like a random country generator and make a road trip to that country. And it was Bosnia. The country. And we're like, the fuck? But fuck it, you know? And went there.
We drove from the Netherlands.
27 hours? What was-
27 hours. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot.
Good drive. I mean, we made a stop. Yokum. Shout out. But it was nice. It was
Yeah.
Bosnia's a great country. Can
Yeah.
only recommend.
Yeah, definitely. Just because I would have never expected us or even myself to go to Bosnia. Like,
Yeah.
I never even considered it. So doing stuff like that really helps to get you places where you never thought you'd go, and was actually quite an experience.
Yeah.
And there's a video of it.
That also true. Yeah.
I mean, we have to talk it over with our travel companion Eddie.
Yeah.
But it might be fun for an episode, could be a podcast or a video,
Yeah.
that we go over the video and give context of what's happening, because I feel like that's quite necessary to tell you how ridiculous Bosnia is.
That's true.
We could have died a couple of times.
Yeah, definitely a possibility.
Maybe we were illegal in the country for a couple of days.
Maybe. Maybe we saw demons. Great stories come from Bosnia.
Yeah,
They have great bread.
Bosnian bread.
But yeah, it's
Yeah, there might be an idea to go over that video with some commentary.
definitely like let us know if you guys want to see that. But I think it would definitely be great content to go over the video, just discuss it a little bit.
And we have the night we don't speak of that happened in Bosnia.
It's also true.
The night that shall not be mentioned.
Yeah, very fair. And the morning after was also great. But on that note, I mean, Bosnia is Bosnia, but if you ever get the chance to go out in Bosnia, do it. Only great things can happen.
Yeah,
It's magical.
it really is. So if you want to hear more about how it's magical, hit us up
Yeah,
and we'll make the podcast or video or whatever it will be.
exactly. But I'm excited for it, man. Bosnia is a real vibe.
It really is.
Oh man. Well, I have one more thing, which is something that has been on my mind. Like, I mean, we keep hearing about it with different things and like different characters, so to speak. But it's almost Christmas time again in like a month. You know, it's crazy how fast time can go. But yeah. People being out here that Santa Claus should be gender neutral or female, you know, because it's a bad stereotype to just have a character being male because it doesn't appeal to everybody's fantasies.
I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about this.
Okay. Like, on one hand, to just say this, I understand it to a certain extent, but it's also the clash of politically neutral, I get like political correctness and traditions.
Yeah, and I'm also thinking about, you know, if you, let's say we're gonna say Santa Claus is non-binary.
Okay.
Don't we have to make every character ever then non-binary?
Kinda.
And is it a problem?
I don't know. Is Jesus a man?
Oh, he was definitely black, we know that, right?
Christian's turning it off right now. No, but it's an interesting question.
Yeah.
And we had a similar conversation. That's how I came to the topic.
About tradition.
Yeah, about tradition. And
Are you gonna make fun of my culture?
I think I am. But you tell the story, so I don't look like the bad guy.
Yeah, okay. He's not making fun of my culture because he can say whatever he wants, and I don't support Black Pete because that's a thing we have in the Netherlands. If you're not familiar with this, in the Netherlands we don't have Santa Claus, we have Sinterklaas, and he comes in somewhere in November, and he fucks off again on the 5th of December. It's basically the same concept as Santa Claus. He comes to our country and he gives the children gifts and treats, and then he's gone. And you need to be a good kid to get treats and gifts. However,
Yeah.
why is this controversial? Well, how Santa has elves, Sinterklaas has Black Petes, which are just people with black makeup on. Well, we are to believe that they don't wear makeup, that they're actually black, but like black makeup, red lipstick, big gold earrings, curly hair. And almost destroyed my mic again. Wouldn't be an episode if I didn't destroy my mic.
Exactly.
However, the role of this Black Pete thing, it changed over the years because I told Philip already. People like my mom and my dad, back in the day, they were afraid. They were frightened of Black Pete. Because if you weren't a good kid, he had a stick with him, and he would beat you up and put you in the back and take you to Spain.
That's honestly, the taking to Spain part is my favorite part of this whole story.
That's still the thing. Even when I grew up, I believed that if I was a bad kid, I would be put in the back and taken to Spain. Which, if you live in the Netherlands, it's a pretty good alternative. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, vacation. But the whole concept, like, of course, it does sound kind of racist. But on the one hand, it's also like, why Spain? Like, that's the part that I don't understand. Why is Spain so bad? Like, why is that such a put you in a sack and bring you to Spain?
I don't know. But maybe I read that this week, I think, was even crazier, because every year we have the discussion, should we have Black Pete or should we have something else?
Okay.
But now, I think the government decided no more Black Pete. And now there are people complaining that there isn't a discussion because they're missing the discussion, because the discussion almost became a tradition. That around this time of the year, we would debate about Black Pete, and now we don't do it anymore.
That's kind of sad. How did the Christmas tradition all die, man? Sucks to see.
Yeah. And I love that the main argument for keeping Black Pete is it's a tradition. And that's just no argument. Slavery was a tradition.
Yeah, man. All those traditions, and like traditions in itself is a whole difficult spectrum, you know? And people always say, oh, history repeats itself, you know? Like, and we need to be reminded of history in order to not repeat the history, you know?
Uh-huh.
And a big example of this is during the Black Lives Matter protests, you know? Was the tearing down of all the statues of people that were involved into like slavery, but they had statues for like different accomplishments, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And there were a shit ton of statues being taken down, you know? At the same time, it's like, yeah, those were not good people in that sort of sense because they supported slavery. The times were hella different, though.
You have to put it in perspective.
Yeah. And maybe with that all, you know, like, I'm not saying slavery would repeat itself, but modern day slavenism also kind of is a thing, you know? So it just doesn't have a race anymore.
True. And there are still countries where, you know, having a servant.
It's normal.
Yeah. And
Which-
we'll place a little one.
I was about to say. Was it local places too? But we really can't give more context to that, sadly. It's,
No.
I don't know. I
I already said too much.
No.
There's no turning back.
But you know, we can't disclose
No.
what.
Yeah, we don't want to talk down any businesses.
Exactly.
Okay, now we said it's a business.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe look on TripAdvisor and you'll find it. I don't know, but yeah. Man, this beer's kind of, I don't know. It's definitely juicy pale.
Yeah, it's juicy. It doesn't really taste like beer. It has 5.2% alcohol though.
Yeah, it's not that, it's definitely something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not chickens, they're owls, by the way.
Oh, shit. Oh, we were racist. Oh, no. Spotify's gonna take this down. If we even can upload this episode to Spotify.
Oh yeah, because I wrote a talking point down.
Oh,
and,
okay.
I didn't really know what I meant by that. But
Okay.
it's kind of, I think it relates to the discussion we had. Freedom of speech. And I wrote down, freedom of speech is not freedom of consequence.
Yeah, definitely.
But I had a good story for that, but I can't remember the story.
But yeah, I think freedom of speech, we are right now in a very weird time, which is also kind of like everybody has a platform. Everybody has a platform to say their opinion and to express, what they're thinking about, which, in theory, very good thing. In practice now, we are so many people that have a social media presence and that just keep talking about it, like the different things, that we just influence people all around.
True. And a lot of people feeling entitled to give their opinion. When,
Yeah.
It really depends on the context if you are entitled to give your opinion on certain topics. Well, you can always give your opinion, of course, but
Yeah.
you feel like they're entitled that their opinion should be
Heard.
or validated in a way.
Yeah. But then if we're also talking about this, like of course it's different for politicians if they've done research and whatever, But the same thing, isn't politics the same shit just on a bigger scale? Like it's just some
What
dude
even is
saying,
politics?
I mean, that's a general good question. Do you believe? I mean, okay, it's conspiracy hour. Yeah, put your tinfoil hats on, and connect yourself to your local alien radio station, which is this, I guess. But do you think politics are real?
To some degree.
Explain.
Okay, I don't want to say. Okay. I'm not saying anything I say is set in stone. I probably change my opinion along the way. But
Okay.
they have some influence. But there is
Definitely.
another party that's invisible that we don't see that has a bigger influence.
Yeah, I agree.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, no, definitely. I agree. And that's like, I feel like when I really realized it in a certain sense, like, people are smart. And it would be ignorant to say that there aren't people out there who are smarter than us, who are in a more position to do some shady business than us as a society, And when I, like, the whole election process in the States, I don't want to go too deep here either, But the one thing I really realized, telling people to go to vote is perfect. Like the hope, like if we would be talking about like an invisible people that would be above politics in a certain sense.
The family?
Kinda the family, maybe less religious, but same principles in a certain sense. Would be interesting to me. Like it's just so nice to say, oh yeah, go vote. But what if it doesn't have an impact? But it's still so good to go out there and just like tell all people, oh, go to vote and you get to choose your next president, even though they can't. It's the perfect illusion and the perfect marketing for it.
It's illusional democracy.
Yeah,
Huh.
kinda. And like that's like especially like with the U.S. votes, it was everywhere, wherever you looked. Like if you like advertisements on YouTube was go vote.
I felt obligated to vote, and I only live in the States.
Exactly. And then everywhere you saw, like football fields had go vote, like literally like carved into them. I mean not carved, but like like painted on them and stuff. It was everywhere.
It really was.
And then you get that nice sticker, I voted, and like, but it's just like, yeah, but does it do anything?
Don't tell Trump.
Yeah. Trump kind of pissed about. Stop counting. Recount. Man. But yeah, that's just a short little conspiracy thought there.
I didn't read into it what they exactly mean by it, but I saw a fun conspiracy
Okay.
that said the moon is a projection.
Oh, that would also
So that would
fuck
mean
with mine.
every night someone turns the moon on. You know, not like ooh, you look gorgeous tonight, but like the button turns it on.
Flirting with the moon. Oh, you have so many holes. But yeah, that'd be crazy. Did you watch
That's
this?
some Truman shit. The Truman Show.
I was about to say that.
Really?
Yeah, because I was about to say the whole social dilemma thing. Like, you watched it too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they also said everybody lives in their own Truman Show. And, like, if the moon would be a trajectory, that would be the most Truman Show shit ever.
Very true. Very true.
But the whole Truman thing is so...
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It's fucking scary. Like, of course it's a movie, but the same applies for The Matrix or whatever, you know? Like, those are movies, but you can definitely apply them to a larger scale than
True.
just to what the movies as movies are.
Oh, I watched The Matrix last week.
Ooh,
They
great
still
movie.
hold up. They still do.
Great movie.
Some movies just don't get old.
Yeah, especially the ones that just you can read stuff into and you see something new every time you
Yeah.
watch it. You find out something new.
Even watched Lord of the Rings, also last week.
Okay.
Still holds up. Like, even special effects wise, they really knew what to do and what not to do.
Yeah.
I feel like that was their key also with Star Wars. They really knew, like, this is too new for us. Like, this is out there, but we're not going to use it because we can't really
Yeah.
bring it to its full potential.
And that's like knowing your limitations in general is really essential for yourself as a person, but also, like, of course, if we're talking about a movie, like a media product, if you know your limitations and to your budget, then just do the best you can, but don't try anything you're not sure of pulling off.
True. However, I heard a very interesting statement by Robert Downey Jr., of course, the actor of Iron Man. He said, he talked about, because are you familiar with Marvel films?
Yeah.
Okay, in Endgame you have Smart Hulk.
Yeah.
For people who don't know the movies, you have the Hulk, and it's always a debate. Sometimes he's Bruce Banner, his human version, and the Hulk, and they're always in conflict. In Endgame, they decided to fuse them together. So they put themselves in a tight spot as writers, because you
Yeah.
can't really go in many directions from that. But they said they actually like doing that, putting yourself in a corner like that, because then you become way more creative, and you write shit you would never have come up with elsewise.
That's also
So
true.
sometimes putting yourself in a corner can actually help to create something even better that you didn't even think of.
Yeah, definitely. You know, crisis always creates creativity in a certain sense.
Our whole healthcare system in the Netherlands was created during the Second World War.
Yeah. And that's, you know, sometimes crisis can definitely be a good thing. Life comes in waves. We learn the most from the bad parts. You know, and the good, it's nice, but we don't learn as much as if we go through a bad phase. Because if you go through a bad phase, it's shitty in the moment, but you're gonna look back at it like, oh shit, like
At least
this
you're
really
learning
helped me
something.
out. Yeah,
You're always learning something.
and you're growing.
If everything is sugar spice and everything nice, then what's the point of living?
Yeah, exactly. It's not gonna work out anyways.
No. True. That's all kind of also the case in the Truman Show, isn't it?
Yeah.
His life is a little bit too nice.
Yeah,
Of course. Oh wait, he lost his dad. Never mind.
yeah, but like besides from that, his job is like his life is just so like beautiful wife, like commercially or like whatever you want to see it, you know, great suburban house, car, job, everything. You know, people are always smiling at him, everybody likes him.
Yeah.
It's just his own fictional world. But
Yeah.
whoever wrote the Truman Show, or whoever had that idea, is also a crazy concept.
Probably based on the book. I
Oh,
would assume.
Okay, is it a book? I didn't even know it happened.
I don't know, but I
before.
would assume so. It feels like a very book-like story.
True, it does feel like a book-like story, but like, do you think the Truman book was that he was in a book, or he was still in a TV show?
Probably.
Because like, then like the effect wouldn't be as cool as the Truman Show being a movie.
True.
Because I feel like that's part of it, that it's
Okay.
a movie.
Maybe it's not based on the book then.
But I don't know. Maybe he's also just captured in a book. it would
No.
also work, and they just applied it to movies.
Okay, I just googled something. I don't think it's based on a book,
Okay.
but it
okay.
feels very book-like. I think
Definitely.
also because I think you hear his thoughts, right?
His what? His thoughts.
Like you hear him thinking in a movie.
I think so. That's
always very book-like for me.
Yeah. But like the whole Truman Show thing is fucking crazy though. Like that movie is really, I don't know.
And Jim Carrey
The Jim
showing a different side of him as an actor
Yeah,
than just a crazy funny guy.
yeah. There's a lot of good movies though.
Eternal Sunshine. Did you see that one?
I don't think so.
Ooh.
I gotta say I'm a big movie. I haven't watched a lot of classics, so to speak.
All right.
But yeah.
Well, if you ever have the chance to check out Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, it's really great.
Okay.
It's okay. Spoilers ahead.
Okay.
Doesn't really matter. It's
Yeah.
still fucking enjoyable to watch.
Oh yeah, of course.
Basically, they live in a world where it's possible to destroy memories. So let's say you have a girlfriend and you break up. You can destroy your ex
Oh shit.
from your memory.
Okay.
Or let's say you have a dog that died
Okay.
and you're grieving. You can destroy the dog from your memory, so you're not grieving anymore.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. And he's in a relationship with a girl, and suddenly she breaks up with him, and he realizes, fuck, she deleted me from her memory. So he does the same. And in that process, something goes wrong, so he notices, he goes into his memory, and he notices shit disappearing and shit. But it's a very interesting thought, like, would you delete someone from your memory?
Oh shit, man, that's a tough one. Like on one hand, I get the point where you say, like for example, you don't want to feel grief in a certain sense, but I feel like it's always the easy way out to erase a memory.
Yeah, and you know, it's probably a very cliche thing, but I read this on a card you get when someone died, and it said, "Don't be sad because I'm gone, but be happy that I was there." And I
Yeah,
feel like when you delete memories, you can't be happy that someone was there because it's deleted.
yeah, exactly. And I think, like me personally, I always live by this, that life is only about what you experience. Like in the end, your life is your life, but your life is just your experiences and the stories that you can tell. That's all life is. You know, like at least from like a conscious perspective, so to speak. And like deleting memories would just exactly evaporate that. Like life is like memories and things you experience shape you into the person that you are.
Yeah.
And taking that away, I mean, on one hand, of course, sometimes if like something embarrassing happens, you're like, fuck, you know?
Yeah, when you try to go to sleep and your brain is like, let's think about this thing you did when you were 7 years old.
Yeah.
Let's think about when you called your teacher mommy. And you're like, no.
Oh, that is so uncomfortable though. Okay, what's your most uncomfortable school story?
Oof. Yeah, well, the first thing I need to think about is, of course, calling your teacher your mom or dad. But that's not really juicy, is it?
But that's also rough.
I don't know. I have to think about this. I don't know at the moment.
Two things come to mind for me. Once, you know, me being a romantician, like being in like 5th or 6th grade, right? I had like a huge crush on this girl, and I don't know, as you are as like a 6th grader, you don't really give a fuck, but like you kind of do in a certain sense, like you're starting to. And I remember, that was demoralizing. I like put it's just like, I don't know, something like stupid. It really didn't even look pretty, you know, but like just like, you know, did those like cutouts from like a newspaper and like formed like, oh, I love you, you know, like no, and I handed it to her, no. And like, you know, like waited till like she opened it, right? So she opened it and like already looked like and then just like dropped it into the trash can and left, and I was like, ouch, okay, there goes my soul. So I don't know, that pretty hurt, I gotta say.
Oof.
I don't know why that rose to my mind, but it was the first thing, getting swerved.
The one thing that comes to mind is, Bram, if you're listening, sorry still. It is not that juicy, but I remember I felt so bad afterwards. You were just playing, and for whatever reason, we always played handball in recess.
Okay, yeah.
And game was over. Or we were playing dodgeball. And, you know, school bell rang, game's over, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
My team lost, but I just thought, fuck it, I'm gonna throw it one more time. And I absolutely hit someone right in the face.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like blood coming out of his nose. I hit him.
Okay.
So yeah, no, that didn't feel too good.
Understandable. Man, also like school, I feel like you have so many stories and like experiences from your school time that are just so fucking bizarre and wild. Like I remember this one time, because you said like recess or whatever, had this one kid and we were like all playing soccer and he got stung from a wasp on his tongue.
Ugh.
Like while we were playing soccer, like we're all just playing, he was and then like his whole tongue was like swelling up and like, I don't know, he had to breathe through his nose and shit. Like it was kind of scary, you know, but that shit was great wild, you know.
Fuck.
Only school things.
I think I remember my most embarrassing moment.
Okay.
I got in a fight with someone.
Oh.
And you know,
Beefing.
Like the biggest guy of the class, and we're short kings, you know.
Yeah.
But I had some karate lessons and shit, and I just thought, fuck it, he's a big guy, I'ma just go for it, and I did like a spin, and I kicked him. But I kicked him right in the face, and I so didn't expect to do that. So it was such a badass moment of me doing a spin kick right in the face, and then go to, sorry, don't hit me back, no.
The way to do it! Just first completely destroying a kid. Don't hit back though. I don't want no owie.
Yeah. So,
badass move, man.
That went from 100 to 0 real quick.
Are you a karate kid? Jaden? Is this you?
Jaden.
Jaden. Good old Jaden.
Can you imagine me, the kid of Will Smith?
I don't know. It has to be pretty corny. I don't know. I mean, at the same time, it's like it's sick. You're the kid of Will Smith, you know? But at the same time, you're the kid of Will Smith. I don't know. It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, we talked about his verse on Jonah Lucas's song. Will.
Oh.
Got me some children, now I got me a team, got me a wife, she's my queen or something, I think.
Oh, and then I give Jada 1,000 kisses and it's like, bro, what are you doing?
Will and Jada do it.
But especially like on the beat and like the Joyner Lucas track, like it's hard as fuck, you know, like the fucking, you know? And then he just goes out there and spits the wackest bars I've ever heard, you know?
Yeah.
That was rough. Especially the Jada thing really backfired.
Oh, Jada. For people who don't know, that's his wife. They had a nice little interview before.
On her network? Like, the whole thing is just also kind of weird to me.
I really don't know what the whole purpose was of that interview.
No, I think like it came out somehow or something, and then they wanted to make a statement, but it so looked like Jada's idea, not Will's. Mm-hmm. And I think like what's it called, like Red Table Talk or something.
I have no idea.
And it's a show from Jada. And she wanted to discuss it, of course, on the show, you know. So like the whole thing just felt like a publicity stunt as well, and just publicly humiliating Will Smith. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, and kind of justifying her own actions.
Yeah, which is like you cheated on the dude, like.
Yeah, there is no. Ooh, interesting topic, cheating.
Okay.
What do you consider cheating?
Do I consider cheating? I don't know. Like, in general, I'd say, like, it very much depends on the relationship you have, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some relationships are open to a certain degree, and some not. Like,
Yeah, but to you,
to me, like, flirting is fine. Like, flirting is flirting, like, everybody does it. And sometimes you just talk to a person, and it just can come off as flirting. I think cheating would be, like... I think it's a tough line to... not cheating in itself, but, like, it's a tough line to balance on.
For me, cheating is everything with the intention of...
Yeah. Okay, that's
Like,
fair. Like,
sleeping with someone.
Sleeping with
Just,
someone. Okay, yeah.
Totally fine with flirting.
Yeah.
But you have flirting and flirting, you know?
Yeah.
You kind of have just flirting like, hey, we're having a good time, flirting, or you have, I'm a kind of show you that you can do more to me by,
Yeah.
and that's just, I don't know. It's an interesting topic, and would it make a difference if your girlfriend would sleep with someone else?
I don't know. I mean, would definitely be weird, you know? like I said, I think it very much depends on the relationship you're having. Like, in my case, like, I don't know, to me, if someone, if it isn't discussed or anything, and it just suddenly pops up, or you just hear about it from, like, someone else, then it would definitely be like, alright, this is over. Like, what the fuck you doing, you know?
Because then it's like betrayal.
Yeah. And, like, what's the point of it?
Yeah.
You know, like you go into a relationship for what? Tend to do that? It's just like, what the fuck is that purpose? And then the excuse like, oh, I was drunk, and I'm like, fuck out of here.
I really think being drunk is no excuse for nothing.
No.
For nothing.
No. Depends, like, if you're being like roofied or whatever, that's like a whole different rapey story. But like,
yeah, but like just
alcohol.
I got drunk.
Yeah. Just fuck out of here.
Yeah,
fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Then it's just alcohol. You wanted to do it, and alcohol pushed you to actually do it.
Yeah, alcohol kind of blurred the boundary, and
yeah.
Because I know I would never. I think that is what makes a difference. I know when I get drunk, I can still
yeah, and
get
like
myself together.
of course, and you may flirt more when you're drunk.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
But that is a different thing. Like from flirting to like making out with someone to like fucking the person.
Yeah.
Like, that's a whole process. Like you have multiple steps within that process where you could say, wait.
Yeah, well, you can kind of second guess what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then like the same thing. Like if someone kisses a person, but it's not returned, then it isn't cheating technically. But like then also that's a really thin line that's walked on. But I don't know.
In a way, it's kind of again freedom of speech and freedom of consequence, right?
Yeah, fair.
You know, I'm allowed to fuck someone else, but then my girlfriend is allowed to ask, "Who's Philip?"
I guess. I mean, fair. Yeah.
We want to move on to the next beer.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say we're also 45 minutes in, so good time to open a new beer. Which one you want to open? The Beery or the Carol?
Well, I kind of, the Carol looks like a heavier beer. So if you've got to drink it fast, then I would say the ostrich one.
The ostrich? Alright.
Wait, let's see.
That's 4.7. That's still okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
For people listening, this is Philip struggling to open this beer.
Look, I mislearned it. I had it, you know. Okay, we're getting close. Almost touched it again. What the fuck? It's it's me struggling for a minute. So.
Do we need help?
No.
Do you know?
No, I don't. The fuck?
Oh, I'm so gonna leave this in, by the way, when you edit this out.
It's okay. You go.
I so hope I'm gonna get it on the first right now.
Out of here. You're just more an alcoholic.
Okay.
You know?
Also very true.
I do kind of need the lighter though. I'm not gonna lie. Alright.
Okay, well, Philip is still struggling to open his. Oh, he almost destroyed his screen, but he's got it.
Yeah, beer's open, so that's what
Okay. This is a beer with an ostrich on it, with a colorful background. From brouwerij Het Ei.
Ja. Uit
Een
Amsterdam.
tropical lager.
Hi. Cheers.
Cheers. I like.
I like it like when I first drank it I was like, is this water? But good
It's
taste.
more like beer than the first one.
Yeah, that one was kind of like more like
An ale.
sin juice. I don't know.
Alrighty. We gotta remind us to open a second beer during this episode, though.
Oh, the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Should we just pop it open now then? Like we're like 50 minutes in. Let's just fuck it.
Yeah,
Let's
I mean,
make the whole beer
You're gonna take so long to open your beer.
Fuck out of here, man.
Here. Well, I can do commentary. Here Philip goes for his second try to open his beer. He still doesn't.
Man, I had that whole like thing figured out. You know, like hold it with one hand. So like if you can hold it, it's possible.
Yeah, you almost got it. Hey, Philip,
Fuck this beer.
Do I need to open it?
Yeah, no fair. You go.
But okay, I gotta say, it's a tough beer to open. There we go.
You know
has a
what-
very short neck. Kind of looks like a medicine bottle.
Yeah, that's kind of why I bought it. I figured like I buy 3 different ones that also look differently. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but now I just pull out my Leatherman because I don't want to be fucked anymore by this beer. Man, I
Oh, it's got it.
surgical.
Alright.
I okay.
You describe this one.
I described this one. This is Carol Says It All. If you love something, set it free. And it's a season beer, and it's from Belgium, I think.
It does have a Belgian look. But it is also orange.
It's
so
Belgium look.
What is the bottle shape?
The bottle shape is Belgian.
Yeah, like Duvel or what's the one with the gnome on there? That's also La Chouffe.
I don't know, but you're definitely outing yourself here. Right, let's give it a try.
Yeah. Taste the color orange.
Fair. I would say it's the most beer out
Yeah.
of the beers.
Yeah.
Like this one tastes the most like beer.
Beer review.
Yep. Welcome to the beer review podcast, and me struggling to open to open beers. Good vibes.
Now, where did we leave off? Where did you?
Cheating.
Cheating.
Very lovely topic. Do you think there's some like friendship cheating?
Friendship cheating. I know there's neglecting, if that's what you're going at.
But like that for sure. But I was more thinking the route of like, oh, my friends are doing something without me. Like, I don't want that kind of situation.
Like FOMO, like fear of missing out.
FOMO, but like, would you consider it friend cheating if friends don't invite you to a certain thing?
I mean,
Like, say the group of friends you always hang out with, right? Like the 5-6 people, right?
mm-hmm.
And they would just say, just the 5 of them. They go on a trip and they don't ask you and they don't tell you anything.
Yeah, okay.
How would you feel?
That would definitely make me feel some sort of way.
Yeah.
But then I'm also the guy to just invite myself. And fucking go there.
Yeah, no, for sure. That makes sense.
You know, going to a party I'm not invited to just because I feel like they need me, you know? That's me.
No, and I think in general, I guess sometimes we all know how it is. Sometimes we just forget to invite people too.
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
That's really like
It's a real
a
thing.
real thing, yeah.
But like in itself, like that whole thing is such a weird social thing because you do feel some type of way.
Yeah, true. You do, yeah. True. Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, it does make you feel some sort of way. It really does.
Or friendship cheating could also be like if you hate a certain person and a friend of yours is hanging out with that person.
Yeah, that's not nice.
But at the same point, it's not nice, but at the same point, it's like, Like, you're still allowed to be friends with that person,
I'm
you know?
not saying like they shouldn't do it, but it does make me feel some sort of way.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Welcome to the selfish podcast. No, but I feel like
it
it's
definitely
everyone.
curls up my toes, you know.
Yeah, especially like if I mean, I wouldn't say that I generally hate someone to a certain degree.
True, but there are definitely people I don't vibe with. But I wouldn't type yes for.
I would type no if you vibe with this, you know, like not vibing with it. But in itself, I don't know. There are certain people that you do feel some type of way if their name is mentioned, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. But to be fair, on that note, I do think with everyone, there's always some common ground. You can always have a decent time with someone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm not saying good, but always a decent time.
Yeah, and no matter how much history is there, like, you can just fucking man up and act like everything's fine to not kill everybody's vibe, you know? I feel like it's definitely possible to just put, like, the greater vibe of a circle in front of your own vibe.
Then
you
we're
know?
again to the entitled thing. You're not entitled to destroy the vibe of a party, right?
Exactly.
We're not drinking beer.
No, but I definitely agree to that. Like, the greater vibe of the party is always more important than your single vibe.
Yeah, and if it's a really good friend, you can always have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
But especially during the party, when you probably already had some drinks, I wouldn't recommend doing it then.
That's fair. That's fair. But can also get quickly. Those are the situations that can quickly escalate.
Yeah, never make those kind of decisions when you're drunk
No.
or horny.
Or horny. Very horny is a very important thing to mention here.
Yeah, you make some stupid decisions when you're horny.
Yep. Post nut clarity is a real thing. It's how you do good business decisions, you know? Before you are for a really tough one, yank one out.
Yeah, just rub it off.
Yeah, yank the old doodle and see, and then you can be clear-headed about the decision that you're about to make.
Sure. Post nut clarity.
Yeah.
The guilt you feel.
Bro, like, people who participate in No Nut November, and then their post-nut clarity in December has to be different. Like, the whole month of November, they're like, fuck, and then they start levitating when they nut.
True. I have not nutted for a month before. It actually is not too... doesn't really do that much.
No, but
it's so weird how you get used to nutting.
True. I feel like the setting, the environment makes a big difference, though.
True.
Like, because, like, I don't know if you guys want context on this, but, like, the one time where I can actually remember, like, holding on for, like, a really long, like, I think 6 weeks, or, like, 5, I don't know, so it's like that amount, you know, was just, like, being in the same room with my best friend for, like, a time on, like, a trip. It's like, what the fuck are you supposed to do, you know? Like, you're not yanking one out beside each other. That's hella weird.
No.
At least, you know. I mean, also depends on the friendship, you know, no discrimination. If you feel like yanking one out
watch your
together.
video, it's coming.
Don't mention that. But yeah, weird vibes.
Oh, where are we going with this?
I don't know, but we're almost at an hour too. So, I don't know. We tested the beers.
We did.
Do you have anything more to say? Because otherwise we also heard that maybe we should keep the podcast a little short and spicier.
Yeah, true.
So 57 minutes.
That's
58
like 5
seconds.
minutes shorter than the last one.
Exactly. So you better watch this one, huh? Just kidding.
In one sitting, but probably by the time they listen to this, they already had to break.
Yeah, probably. So you're probably listening to this on like the third, fourth go, and you're only like forcing it because you're friends. I'm playing. You know, we generally do hope you guys enjoy what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And it does entertain you.
True. Yeah, like we said, we're just here to make your day a little bit better. So,
just a little bit, not much.
No. Not gonna set any bar for ourselves here.
Yeah, true.
And think, what's the big takeaway of this episode?
The big takeaway. We ended rape. Oh wait, that's last week. Still, no to rape.
No raping. Whenever you think maybe I should rape someone, just don't. Okay?
We ended it again. What's the big takeaway? I'd say try more beers and be more experimental in life. And you never know what can happen by just taking a chance on something, and it may end up being the best experience of your life.
I like that. And another big takeaway, go to our Instagram and leave a voice memo.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to be part of this podcast, because we don't just want to do this together, we also want to do it with you guys, so please do so.
Yeah, we want to make you really visible, you know, want to make you audible.
Mm-hmm.
And in that sort of sense, we have a sponsorship with Audible. No ad read yet. Would have been crazy transition though.
That would have been way too smooth.
Alright, that's not us though. Alright, okay, well, I guess that's
Thank
it.
you for listening.
Big thank you.
This was a fun one.
Yeah, definitely a fun one. I had a lot of fun. Different beers. You'll see the beers on Instagram.
You'll see it.
And catch you next week. Yeah, exactly. Alright, peace.
Might as well.
Get it in there!